Hi everybody.
Hey guys, it's me, Sketch Shepherd, again. This time we're not really being psychopaths and we're not destroying shit.
And this is Fangirl Junkie, also not being crazy this time. Anyways, this is the first video we are releasing in a series of segments in which we tell embarrassing stories about ourselves, which probably causes a lot of trauma back when it happened, but now that we are somewhat over them, we can laugh about it.
Alright, I will tell you the one... Okay, sorry, we are. This is like our first... We don't know anything about technology because we're dumb. We practically break that stereotype that Asian people are smart because we're dumb as shit. Okay, we are fucking dumb. Okay, so here's a little tale I would like to tell you guys. One time when I was in 5th grade, I was at my godmother's house, I believe on Christmas Eve, with my brother, and we were fucking around with this little sketchbook she had. And so, being I was kind of in my early internet phase, I was kind of in my early, like, emo, edgy phase, my brother and I just kind of came with this brilliant idea of writing an entire alphabet of swear words in that sketchbook, completely uncensored. For example, you'd expect we wrote A is for ass, B is for bitch, C is for crap, D is for, I don't know, dog shit, maybe. Even keep in mind, I was only 10 years old this time, and, like, there might have been, like, a couple of other cuss words we didn't even know existed. Like, for example, letter K, we wrote kangaroos eat shit, okay? Okay, so, like, sometime later, like, way after Christmas of 2010, I go back to my godmother's house, and as she mentions, you were writing some terrible things in that sketchbook, and I had no idea what she was talking about, like the dumb little shit I was in the beginning, and then I was like, oh crap, she figured out our alphabet of swear words. So that was a beautiful, humiliating story of mine. Now you have to listen to hers.
And, alright, so this story takes place when I was around 13 or 14-ish. I was going to this cartooning camp. I was one of the oldest people there, but it was fun. The instructor was a really cool dude. His name was, I don't remember his name, but he was a really sweet guy. Anyways, so on the first day of the camp, we were doing an exercise where, so basically they took these tables. Okay, so there was, like, all these tables that had been, like, connected to each other so that they went all around the room in a rectangular shape. Everybody was sitting at a seat. There was a piece of paper in front of everybody. We would have to sit down and draw on that paper. Then after, 5 minutes or something, we would have to get up and go to the next seat and draw whatever we saw on the paper that was now the next paper. It was sort of like one of those, you tell a story and then somebody else adds on, but with drawing. Anyways, in front of the camera.
Covering up the lens.
Sorry.
Fuck.
Okay, sorry. Like I said, we know nothing about technology. Forgive us.
We're fucking up a lot with this video. Okay, we're holding this on a shitty phone. We don't have an actual camera.
Bear with us, okay?
All right.
So then what? Oh crap. Okay.
It's okay. I'll hold this for you, so I don't have to waste precious arm energy.
What did I ever do to deserve you?
Fuck. Now everybody thinks we're gay.
Who cares?
Okay.
All right. So. Anyways, when I'm drawing, and at first I'm just drawing roses and spirals and all kinds of other lovely little doodles. Then I end up looking at a drawing of a woman's face. And it's so beautiful, it's so intricate. You can see the shading of her cheekbones. You can see the emotion in her eyes that the artist was trying to convey. You can see her every little individual strand of hair. It's so realistic, it should be in a museum. And I think, what can I possibly do to enrich this drawing any more than it already has? And me going through the height of my perverted phase, decided that when all else fails, you resort to drawing the decrepit.
She drew a penis. So she drew a huge picture of a penis ejaculating on the woman's face. Testicles and all.
Coach, you know that we have to leave at 10:30. Everything must be packed. Everything must be. You're not coming back to this house, so everything must be.
Okay, sorry about that. Like, we can't edit that out because we don't know how to.
Sorry.
So
forgive
yeah.
my dad. Okay. Anyways, so I've drawn. Well, you heard Her.
A penis coming all over the woman's face.
Complete with a pair of low-hanging fruit.
Just say testicles, okay?
Nah.
You should go dick with balls ejaculating all over a woman's face.
Well, you heard it. Anyways, so it gets better. So I'm terrified that I'm like, oh my god, what I did, there are children in this camp. I just drew a giant cartoonish picture of a man's genitalia doing a lewd act. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe nobody will notice. So I go to the next drawing, and I'm terrified that the kid who sat before me is gonna freak out and see it, and everybody's gonna know I did it. I'm literally drawing with my hands trembling. But then 5 minutes happens, and we switch. Nobody notices. And they go for another 5 minutes. Nobody notices. And eventually, after a while, I keep going down, and I don't do anything more decrepit, and for a while, anyways. But well, actually, that's not completely true.
Just get to the part where the counselor guy found out.
All right, fine. So I'm about 7 seats down when the counselor guy suddenly there's a huge commotion, and the counselor guy's like, whoa, what is this? And the guy is like literally furious. And sure enough, I look and I see that he is looking at my picture of the lady's face. And the guy is like, who wrote this? This is not appropriate. This is not appropriate for the children. The guy is practically foaming at the mouth. That was the angriest I had ever seen him during the time of the camp. Anyways, then it gets better. So the guy is making such a fuss about it. But the thing is, if he had just kept quiet about it and not made a big deal, he probably would not have scarred that many kids. They probably didn't even know what it was.
Yes.
Until this tiny little girl, she couldn't have been more than like 5 or 6 years old, and she was so cute. She just comes up and she asks him, what does that word mean? Oh no, what does that drawing mean? And I have never seen a guy blush or lie more obviously than he did. He was literally red as a beet. He was stuttering. He was falling over himself. He was like, I don't know. And the girl is just like, if you don't know what it means, why do you know it's inappropriate? And I was just like trying my damn
she was having an existential crisis.
I was just trying not to laugh, because if I laughed, everybody would know.
But no, it was her who drew the giant dick coming on all over a woman's face.
So I was just like, I was literally looking like this. And all the kids are like crowded around this drawing, like staring at it, trying to figure out what it is. But the thing is, I was one of the older people there, so I was one of the only people who knew. So this is continuing, and to make a long story short, the counselor immediately said, you know what, let's move on to a different exercise. And he took a pencil and he just completely scribbled all over
Scribbled out her penis. Okay.
And and then he made the mistake of trying to hang up the drawing all over the classroom. So now there's a picture of a woman's face with like a giant black thing like scribbled
basically
over.
A penis but with a censor bar.
Yeah, pretty much. It literally looked exactly like a censorship bar. He shouldn't have made it so rectangular. It literally just made the painting look even more lewd and decrepit than it already was.
It gave off even worse subtext, if anything.
And to this day, I still proudly defend that moment as my crowning glory in life.
And nobody knows it was her.
Yep, until now. If you're watching this, counselor, I'm sorry. Please don't have me arrested. I was a dumb kid. And let's be honest, it's these little things that give spice to your decrepit, boring, dull career.
Kids gotta learn someday, you know. I remember when my mom purchased me this book about puberty, like when I was 8 years old. They mentioned the word, that's where I learned the word vagina, obviously. And okay, we did not plan this, but that illustration had a that book had a really full-on detailed illustration of a girl sitting on a toilet, and it had like this instruction on how to insert a tap-in of your vajayjay.
Well, you should, my dad, consider yourself lucky, okay? My dad actually bought a book about what happens when a girl gets a period.
Uh-huh.
Let's just say that I'm pretty sure it was written by a dude.
Uh-huh.
Because, well, first of all, it was all about how, like, these girls were having, it was all about these accounts of, like, women whose daughters had their periods and they couldn't, like, deal with it. And they were all about, we celebrated by going camping. We had a party. We did we announced it in the local paper.
Uh-huh.
Okay, maybe they didn't announce it in the local paper, but you get what I'm saying.
Yep.
Anyways, to make a long story short,
We're done.
yeah.
Okay. We do a lot of stupid shit in our life, so that's normal. We're human. Bye.
Bye.
Turn the camera off.